Red 2 standing by, all 4 lit and in the green. Welcome back to Metroid Fusion, where we've had something of... Damn it. Whoops. There was supposed to be a cliffhanger, but here we go.
Recording to logbook.
That's what we're after. This is... well, it's going in our logbook. This is Arachnus. You might recognize Arachnus from Metroid 2, but in a much different form. Whoop. Arachnus is not happy to see it. It'll launch those shockwaves and blasts of flame as it winds up taking damage. Alright, we got it! We have to now shoot the Core X with missiles. Dodge that. Whoa, missed. Hang on. Oh no, I'm out of missiles. And it keeps giving me health. Oh, don't tell me. Oh, come on. Green one, green one. Give me the green one. Alright, one shot to make it count. And it went over the top of it, dang it. I don't want the health restoring ones! Give me the green ones! Oh, come on, this is already a shambles. Alright, run underneath it, and there! At last! Why is it such a chore to get the morph ball? Well, that doesn't bode well for the rest of this, does it? But there we are, that's how you fight Arachnus, which, as I said, appeared in Metroid 2 and in Samus Returns. Information will have been included in the logbook. But we can roll along through here. And obviously this area is pretty wrecked. Something has been devastating this area pretty fiercely. So there we are. We roll on through here. And we're sneaking through the back way, basically. Now, there we are. That goes there. We can automatically grab and turn into the morph ball, which is very handy. But if we go through here, we should be... where we tried to steal that guy, change from that guy's pockets. Okay. Now, let's see. Yes. Get past the Geron there. And... oh, it's a recharge room. This will top up our weapons and energy, as it says on the screen. Now, there's something else I'm pretty sure I can get. So, from here, we should probably go back to a navigation room. Yeah, it's not too far from that navigation room. We should be able to pick something else up, because we can't actually go through those green doors you can see in the middle of the map just yet. And, of course, when we do get the ability, we're going to have a bit of trouble anyway. That's just how it goes. No more Hornode in here. We've already got a new logbook entry, so... yeah, no way to get through the green hatches. Let's just drop down and go back into the navigation room, which is conveniently open. Well, let's talk to Adam. We at least survived. Sort of.
Samus, it's as I feared. The breeding environments have been invaded by X-parasites. Sector 1, SRX, shows several abnormalities on biosensors. Sector 1 is a simulation of the SR-388 ecosystem. Together, take the main elevator to the access shaft and use elevator 1. Is your objective clear? Use the navigation room just inside for further briefing. I'm not sure, but I think that whoever allowed the X into the environment may also be linked to the earlier explosion.
So we have a mysterious saboteur on board. An interesting mystery pops up, but we can also go through here and grab something. Another missile tank. We're going to need all the firepower we can get. This game does a beautiful job of leaving you feeling as though you're desperately outgunned. Also, don't go in that room just yet, even though you can open it. Well, I'll demonstrate. It's cold. And it hurts us. This is a side effect of the Metroid vaccine. We are highly susceptible to the cold, because Metroids from SR388 don't like the cold. So, if we go up here, morph ball through, and through we go, and down the elevator. Well, that wasn't nice. That was certainly not friendly, just imagining that thing staring at you. Not just... It's not looking at the screen for any other reason. It's staring at you, the player. It knows you're there. We heard that explosion, but we don't know what's going on. At least Samus doesn't, but we do. The elevator descends to Sector 1. The music for this area did reappear in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, but it was almost typical horror movie music in a sense. It sounded a bit more like it belonged in Resident Evil or something, I don't know. It doesn't have the same effect. I'll talk about it a bit later on. We'll also have a bit of a listen. We get our map.
The main elevator leading to the access shaft has been severely damaged. It will be totally unusable for some time, unfortunately. Some unknown agent is at work. Something very powerful. Certainly not human. I'll report when I know more. Now, listen closely. The X in Sector 1 have invaded the atmospheric stabilizers. They must want to alter the environment to their needs. They are already reproduced. Clear all 5 atmospheric stabilizers to stop them. Is your objective clear? Now, get moving.
So let's listen for a little bit. the way this music makes you feel that sense of tension and unease is wonderful. Part of it is down to that drum beat in the background. It sounds just convincingly enough like a heartbeat, but it's off at the same time.
Recording to logbook.
And we've got ourselves some new enemies to add to the list, which we will, but yeah, the music just adds to that sense of tension, that unease. It just unsettles you. It makes everything feel so out of place. It's fantastic. The soundtrack for Fusion is so well done. It's maybe a little bit more ambient in some ways, but that sense of tension, unease, and fear is, for my money, it's so good. It just amplifies everything nicely. So, we've got our atmospheric stabilizers to clear and plenty of Horde nodes to dispatch as well. Make our way through this area. And just blast our adversaries. I don't think it's in here. There is another area in which we will be able... We'll be able to actually go and get another missile expansion. There's our target. It is worth noting that these are also types of Gerons according to the Metroid wiki. So, the atmospheric stabilizers will clear once they're defeated, making this a much nicer but still beautifully detailed environment. This is all very impressive. It already looks great right from the outset. Let's just take a look at our map. So there's a long hallway there. If I go through here, I'll go through here, and I think this leads us to where we're meant to go. Because if I'm right, we can sneak across to this. There we go. If we jump and drop in here. Now, normally you might need a few other techniques to get up here, but you can actually wall kick. One of the rare occasions in which you can. Is there anything else up there? Oh, no. Come on. Oh, yeah, there's nothing else up here. Just wanted to make absolutely sure. So, down we go. We can proceed on our little journey. We can save if we need to. So we've already got the tension and unease set up perfectly throughout this area. We know that we can't go down there. We know that there's somewhere else we've got to access through here. Okay, so we can't go this way just yet. Looks like I did go the wrong way. But on the bright side, we at least got that missile expansion up in the save station. Not bad to have, so we'll need to go along this corridor. But yeah, if you do actually listen to the music, it just helps contribute to the atmosphere so well. And there's another creature to add to the logbook. Everything is just set up so nicely to give you that atmosphere of tension, that unease, that things are not as they are meant to be. It makes you feel sort of nervous. What's behind the next door? What are we going to be facing? Right, we're going to need missiles on those.
Recording to logbook.
So, we can sneak into the room over here, but it's not going to help us much. Now, it's not superheated, oddly enough. We can get this. I believe it's possible to get one of the power-ups in here, but I'm not going to go for it without the gravity suit. There we are. Let's make our way. So let's make our way through. We've probably had a bit of information on these enemies. One missile will dispatch them. They're hardier than the standard Zebesians we saw inhabiting the shaft in Super Metroid. There we go. Can I actually grab the missiles? There we are. Be very careful moving through here, just in case we do wind up crashing into one of them. They're going to be a fair bit stronger. You really do have to proceed with caution throughout this game, because a lot of the enemies actually are a lot stronger, and combined with the music, the way everything comes together, it has such a great way of making you feel like you are completely outmatched. You almost don't want to be here. It's terrifying. Note that if we drop down here, we can actually see a few Hornodes hopping around in the background. The X will actually chase after them and can actually wind up... Yeah, see... So, if we get out of the way, you can see the Hornodes hopping around. Let's wait for one of those free-floating X to come along. All of a sudden, those humble Hornodes become our enemies when the X take over. It's a really neat detail. So, let's take out this Geron, and it's interesting to note that they appear to have some kind of, some kind of mechanical armor. Which is weird, because normally the X don't do that. We'll eventually find out all about that later on. But we can't do anything about those either. We can't affect those platforms. We can jump up here. We'll have to destroy that stabilizer if we want to get into that room in the top corner. There we are. One unit is still malfunctioning. Wow. Almost dogpiled, but we made it. So, through here... Probably didn't need to fire that missile, but that's okay. Another missile tank. We'll have had quite a few enemies being added to our logbook, too. Can we go down this way? Yep, that's the way out. So, we have to make our way very carefully through this area. Whoops. There we are. That's a well-placed shot. So, I have to remember which button does what. Because otherwise... I don't know why, but I keep pressing the Y button. That's taken care of them. We've got plenty of missiles, but we're going to need all of those energy tanks and then some. You do actually wind up getting the most energy tanks of any Metroid game. But the enemies also do a lot of damage. So you really need to conserve your energy. You really need to be patient. Don't do anything stupid. But it all helps add to the atmosphere. All helps add to that sense of tension, that fear, how unnerving everything is. As you realize you're alone and outgunned on this desolate space station. Just what it must make you feel. What Samus must be feeling. It's... like, so much comes together to make Metroid Fusion a truly spectacular experience that I genuinely enjoy. It's my favourite Metroid game for a reason. The graphics look amazing. Definitely. Whoop. Oh, I had it. just the game in general looks really, really good. Ah, we've got another Ghidorah. There's a room we can recharge in here and get to a save station, which we will need. So we'll also wind up being able to stock up because there are Hornodes in the background. Lots and lots of Hornodes. So we'll pop in here and save. And then we can proceed on our merry little adventure. So we're actually very close to time. I said about 20 minutes, but I've been keeping these at about 25 minutes. One hit. Two. Climb down, climb up, down. Just too slow. Slow again. Up. Got it. Now those red X restore 500 HP and 50 missiles. So they're very handy to have. Now we've got something important in the next room, but because we are getting very close to time, we've seen how amazing this area is, how well everything is set up. What I'm going to do, on the other hand, is leave us with what I tried to do at the start, a cliffhanger. Ow! Yeah, I know, I wanted to make a cheesy pun. Was it worth it? Probably not. But anyway, thank you very much for joining me. Until next time, this is Red 2, returning to base.